Do not make financial decisions based on these teasers. Yo, what's up, Axie fam? Sorry, my voice is a little messed up, so I guess you have to deal with Draven. Welcome to League of Draven. I don't know when my voice gets like that when I pluck a gray hair out of my beard this morning. What is my life? Big news, Axie fam. Whoops, just released the Origin mouth cards. Alright, check out Origin's mouth cards. Oh my gosh, that sounds like the announcer guy. Today, we have our next Origin sneak peek, the mouth cards. My voice, it's so bizarre hearing my voice. Today, we have our next Origin sneak peek, the mouth cards. Internal tests for Origin are going well, and we're getting increasingly excited for launch. We love the theory crafting you have all been putting out, and it definitely informed us, some of our team building over the weekend. Again, please note, the cards are dynamic and will change over time based on feedback from the community and data we collect around relative power. Do not make financial decisions based on these teasers. They are meant to serve as a taste of what is to come in Origin and allow you to start theory crafting. Oh, my battery died. OBS doesn't detect the cam link sometimes, and I have to like reboot the computer and restart OBS. Anyways, let's get back into this action. All right. First off, Aqua Cards. I will have chapters down below, and you can just find the section you're looking for. 1 energy, 65 damage. Lamb. Deal 20 bonus damage if this Axie's HP is above 75%. So this is like inverted of the current Lamb. Like almost directly inverted. What's interesting is this is a secret, right? So this will be the first secret that that wasn't an actual straight up attack. So it's like this card being above average damage, very good early game. We'll note that this is one of the few mouth cards that doesn't heal, right? So 2 things going with this one, because I already did take a look. I debated doing this video because my voice is all crazy, but I was like, let's do it anyways. For my 1 subscriber that happens to be me. Anyways, mainly doing it for my Discord. So, my hair's driving me crazy. Alright. This is going to be very good on a tank, right? So, you're going to shield your guy. He's probably going to be full HP. This will be very good, very early, if it's one of your initial cards you play. I think the text on this will be changed, and this is missing some type of mechanic here. Because this isn't centered, right? So, I feel like both of these, maybe even all 4 of these, have another thing that hasn't been leaked yet. It's not 100% because, like they said, things can change, but I think this will be very good on a tank. So if you tank with like Lamb and this might make dual anemones very viable. I don't know, my screen just flashed, but okay, go continue on. Catfish. I guess we're taking too long, and that's a sign. We might have to hurry up, actually. 60 damage, 1 energy. Catfish. Attack. Heal HP equal to 50% up on block damage. So I'm guessing if your opponent has 30 shields and you hit him with Catfish, you would only heal for half of the unblocked, which would be 30, so 15. So very medium compared to current Catfish. Risky Fish, 90 damage is a lot, but it applies weak to this Axie for 2 turns. This doesn't say rounds. So is that super detrimental? That means, yeah, you gotta do 90, 30% more than you would do with any other mouth card. But then the next 2 attacks, it gets hit. It takes 50% bonus damage or something. So that could be very detrimental. This could be like, you know, like Risky Feather, the Aqua's version of Risky Feather. Alright, next one. Piranha. 60 damage for 1 energy. So damage literally cut in half in our current one. But applies bleed for 4 turns. I'm pretty sure that this is going to go ahead and reduce the healing effects on the Axie affected by bleed by 25 to 50% for them 4 turns. But Piranha could work very well with Thorny Caterpillar because it triggers the debuff second part of Thorny Caterpillar. Let's go into Beast cards. We already seen this one. Nutcracker. All Nutcracker cards of this Axie. Ooh, they added that. So it's not nuts everywhere, you know? Like, all Nutcrackers on this Axie gain 6 damage this battle. Does that apply till into the game? I think that does. So they made it less impactful, so it doesn't affect all your nut cards, but it does last the entire game. So if you use like 10 nuts, I don't know what's going on, Mike. Does the universe not want me to make this freaking video? Alright, so it won't affect all other nuts. Like, so if you have 3 beasts, like a triple mech or a triple beast team with triple nut, because there's 3 now, right? You have the other 2, and we have a new one. It's a new body part. It's going to be a nut. So it could be very powerful if the game goes on forever. All right, I saw this one, and this one's kind of confusing, but I think this one's very solid and probably too powerful. So it has banish, 1 energy, 60 damage. It says attack and it says banish. So after this, it just it gets exiled. So you don't get to redraw it after you've used it. So you only get 1. So if in the new version 3, we only get 1 copy of each body part, that means we only get to use Gota once per Axie that has Gota, and then it's gone. There's a shuffle 1 void into your opponent's discard pile. So I'm assuming that may be the most powerful version of like a disabler, where that not only if you draw it to dead card, but maybe it just vanishes. So if you have an effect like you'll see later, where Sirius requires you to discard a card, you wouldn't be able to, because it would just as soon as you drew it. Next one, Axie Kiss. Actually, after reading this one, I actually started doing theory crafting, and this is the one that actually got me up and made me want to do the video. 1 energy, 60 damage, attack, target an enemy, apply death mark for 4 turns if this Axie's HP is below 50%. So currently, lethal is death mark in the V2, and that makes the next attack do a critical strike. I think in this one it will be like a 50% bonus damage, similar to like how Sandal and Thorny Caterpillar are going to work. Speaking of which, I think this card can be very good with Thorny Caterpillar. You hit it with Axie Kiss, then you apply the death mark, and then you hit it with a Thorny Caterpillar to do, I don't know, like 220% damage or something. It's crazy. So that's going to be my bet. My money's on Axie Kiss and Thorny Caterpillar being too strong at the gate. Let's go to the next one. Our first 0 cost on the mouth. Target an ally, cleanse 1 debuff, and grant 2 rage. So this is a skill, but this doesn't give us any defense. So we kind of lose that in confident. But it can remove a debuff. So that might be very important. But 2 rage, right? So in Axie Origin, there is a rumor that rage is kind of like crits from V2, but rage builds up the longer the game goes. So you have a chance of your Axie doing like a proficiency attack, where the attack does way more damage because they're enraged, and beasts gathering up rage faster than the other Axie types. But there's no really evidence to back this up quite yet, so take that with a grain of salt. But pretty cool, interesting mechanic. So you can kind of bet on getting a critical strike eventually. So you don't want games to go too long if there are beasts on the enemy team, because the nutcrackers will be doing more and more damage as the game goes on. Let's go to the next ones. The plant section. So number 1, we have Sirius with 90 damage for a single energy, which is a lot, but it says discard 1 card from your hand. So this is where cards like Void and the different like Goo and other cards, I think will not be able to be used with Sirius. But Sirius being on a lot of plants out the gate, it'll be very interesting to see. It'll be very interesting to see Sirius running rampant, as it's already on a lot of plants. Go to the next one. Zigzag, 1 energy, 60 damage, heal HP equal to 50% of unblocked damage. So very similar to the one we saw earlier. I'm pretty sure that's like a recurring theme that all mouth cards will be healing. But Sirius is a big contender, I think. That's a lot of damage. Alright, let's go to the next one. 65 damage, 1 energy, herbivore. If initial, heal 15. So this went from healing only when you'll deal damage to plants to healing if it's the first card used. So kind of like mixed. Got 5 bonus damage. I'm not too sure how much that's going to add up over time. I mean, 6 damage on the nut seems to be a lot. So an extra 15 healing here. It's kind of like it has built-in pseudo shield. Now this next one, Silence Whisper, is the first one with a pink or pinkish color. So I'm pretty sure this is a 65 heal. I think it's gonna be huge. You can target any ally. Now it doesn't matter your order of your Axies on the field. Whatever one needs healing, you can just heal. Very good. A lot stronger than Poppy. Poppy only giving, what they say, 35 HP. Those haven't been leaked yet, so those may change. Alright, Bird. Double Talk. If initial, apply sleep for 4 turns. Ooh. I think Double Talk and Thorny Caterpillar is the play. I've always wanted to do that build. I'm doing it. It's so sick. Apply sleep, hit him with a Thorny Caterpillar. Disgusting. I'm guessing sleep, their shields don't factor into combat damage when they're asleep. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a different mechanic. Next one is Peacemaker. Apply weak for 2 turns, sorry. If target previously has weak, deal 15 bonus damage. 1 energy, 60 damage. This seems pretty good. You could also Peacemaker, Thorny Caterpillar. I guess it's a reoccurring theme right now for me. Little Owl is very interesting. All Little Owl cards of this Axie gain 6 damage this battle. So for the remainder of the game, every time you draw one, Little Owl will do more and more and more. So it kind of puts a big threat, but it no longer focuses the backline. Remember, this is Dark Swoop. So this is 1 energy, 60 damage, quite a big buff there. It'll do more damage throughout the duration of the game. So it'll be interesting to see the Dark Swoop birds actually doing damage to frontliners. The next one, Hungry Bird. 1 energy, 65 damage. This is if initial, heal 15 HP. Recurring theme, mouths, healing, with the exception of like Peacemaker, Double Talk, Sirius, you know. But yeah, heal 15. I don't know if that's a lot. I guess if you add that up to here, that is a lot of value for a single energy. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Now the bug section. 1 energy, 60 damage. Mosquito, heal HP 50% to unblock damage. Just like all the other heals we've seen. So we're not too sure if this is a great value. Let's go on to the next one. Not too exciting there. Pincer. 1 energy, 60 damage. Apply bleed for 4 turns. So this is pretty interesting. Pincer, I was like 90% sure Pincer was going to have some sort of like pseudo give your opponent a dead card effect. but I guess that'd be too strong with like Parasite and Tadpole and all the others. So, but a bleed apply. So I'm seeing a theme here. Apply a bleed or a weak or heal, right? So 60 damage is a lot, but no longer a 0 cost. So we'll see what kind of effect that'll have on the meta. Cube Bunny, apply fear for 4 turns. It's 1 energy, 60 damage. Apply fear for 4 turns. Is 4 turns a long time? It's a lot more powerful than 2 turns. Maybe Cute Bunny will... it'll be interesting to see what Bug Signal will do once we get the horn cards released. And see what kind of an impact. I imagine that they release the horns last. And we'll get the eyes and ears before we get the horns. That way people can't go out and speculate making purchases right off the gate, right? Square Teeth is one that we've already been talking about. Square Teeth and Lamb might see like a increase on them showing up on tanks. If initial deal damage equal to the current shield, so you apply something like Bone, was it Bone Cell? And then we hit with a Square Teeth. It's free, but this reshuffles. Unlike all the other free cards we've seen, well, almost all of them, they give us energy. So it'll be interesting to see like what kind of bonus damage this gets. This deal bonus damage, but it doesn't give us an amount, right? So wonder what that amount is going to be. But one of our first 0 costs, we have It and Confident, right? Yeah, pretty interesting. Kataro. This is probably my favorite over next to Double Talk. 1 energy, 30 damage. Deal 2 hits to random enemies. If it hits 2 random enemies and not the same one twice, gain 1 energy. Cool. So this could be our Garish Worm enabler card. So this card is really exciting for me and all the other people doing some theory crafting. Alright, so the next one, Razor Bite. 1 energy, 60 damage, heal HP equal to 50% of unblocked damage. Same as most of the other heals. Not too exciting. It is interesting to see the stipulations removed off most of the healing cards. It's not if it damages a Dusk, if it damages a Bug, if it damages an Aqua, if it damages a Plant. So useful no matter which Axie has this move, right? So let's go to the next one. Tiny Turtle. The initial release was 60 damage and it applies stun if it broke their shield. But now it says apply stun for 2 turns if this attack causes HP loss to the target. So now is guaranteed to stun unless they shield this damage, right? So you would never want to use this by itself because they could shield the 50 damage because 50 damage is low, right? A lot of the shields are 60 and 65, right? So we would want to use this with another card. So we'd want a Kataro first and then Tiny Turtle to be able to get that stun. Significant improvement over the only being able to stun if you break the target's shield. That was going to be a tremendous nerf to the card. So I'm glad to see they actually changed this. They will probably change it again, I imagine, and tweak the shields or the damage. They'll probably nerf this to like 40. Only because you want the requirement of using another attack first. That way you can actually get in the damage. That way it's easier to counter this stun, assuming that stun persists, right? I'm assuming it persists for two usages. I don't know, what is it, my turn, your turn? It's like dizzying, right? Let's go to the next one. Leave your comments down below what you think it's going to do. How do you think stun's going to work? Is it going to be like 2 card usages on any axes similar to Fear, or if it's on that Axie? Or maybe you have to use a card to remove the stun. I'm not too sure. Alright, Toothless Bite. If initial, this attack targets the furthest enemy. So 1 energy, 65 damage. So it's interesting to see that on a card. So that would imply that you can't just target any Axie with any card, right? So the fact that that's on a card, huh? It's interesting because we were under the impression that you would be able to use any card on any Axie while you're in combat, right? So that kind of makes it seem like maybe for amount of time, it will operate very similar to V2, or maybe the V3 cards will apply to V2 for some time. Huh. I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, not as exciting. What wasn't as many cards. They are very, very similar. I think the most exciting one has to be Q Bunny and Double Talk, and Razor Bright. So Kataro, Q Bunny, Double Talk. Those are my favorites. Zigzag, meh. All the heal cards are just like average, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyways, what card has you most excited about Origins so far? Leave it down in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Blah, 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 blah.